Okay, it is 10:12 a.m. I haven't traded anything, but I have been looking at BMXI for a while, and yeah, I know because it's only been up one day that it doesn't have to bounce. It doesn't really have to bounce. It could just go all the way back to where it came from. There is a lot of volume here, and it does show that it can uptrend for more than one day, but when it uptrends as much as it did here, it makes it less likely. And I don't like this one because I mean, I've kind of learned to avoid stuff like this, but in theory, when it looks like it could be a potential morning panic bounce setup, like right here, when it was like maybe a double bottom, here's the panic bottom and then the double bottom. When they do this high spread stuff, I just don't want to put any money in it, and I don't think most people do. So when the stock does something like this, it just, seems like, oh, well, if I'm gonna have to be in the position, I'm gonna be in right here at 18 after I just bottom at 17. And then if it fails and it breaks a day low, you're cutting it in the 15s, and then that's just really bad, really bad. So I haven't really been trading it. I've been watching it, but as long as OTCs trade with a wide spread, especially when it's potentially trying to turn around, I don't necessarily want to be a part of it. You can see right here where it did close above this trend line and then it opened a bit lower. And then at that point, it went from 18 at the bid to 19, almost 20 at the ask, that's like a 10% spread. So why would I put money into that? So again, when stocks do stuff like that, I just don't want to put money in it. I do like how Rivian is down for the most part and going with what I wanted it to do. If I can move the trend line back to the way it was roughly. Yeah, I want to see it break past this trend line like it did here. And then I wanted to maybe sell off and then try to get near the trend line or maybe right at it, but just don't get under it again. You can see how this one broke past it, but it didn't really do much and then it sold right back under. I wanted something like that where it uptrends and then it sells off and then it doesn't get under the trend line. If it wants to do that for a reversal setup, obviously it could just turn around some other way as well, but that's what I have in mind. Yeah, so as long as BMXI just continues to trade with a spread, I'll just watch it and learn from the price action. I don't really see anything too nice right now, and I'll make an update later. Right, it is 9:26 p.m. and I'm here to call it off. It was just BMXI that I was looking at today, and there wasn't anything that I traded. There wasn't any verified canceled orders. I just didn't like how it was trading with a very ugly spread whenever it was showing any kind of signs that it could try to turn around, and also again with the idea that it was only up one day. Although it was up a lot, it was also down a lot the next day, so I knew it didn't have to bounce in. It didn't really bounce that nicely either. There were a few times where maybe it could have been a setup like right here, but this would have been very hard with the way it trades, and I don't mind missing it for that reason. Nothing with GTII, although it's kind of surprising it is trying to hold itself together. Maybe it almost looks like I guess it'd be kind of hard to draw one. It almost looks like a symmetrical triangle in a way, but that's probably still developing, and I would have to take more time to actually draw some appropriate lines. But it does look like it's trying to do something like that. Of course, it doesn't have to do anything, but that'll be something that I will look at. And I wasn't really there for this. There is a chance I might have considered it, although it seems very hard to have traded it. Maybe an entry at 18.18. Once it had like this bottom right here, then it was starting to bounce right here and it was breaking above VWAP at the end of the day. This looks like something that could have been like a swing setup with Rivian. I just don't like how listed stocks they can gap up and down and trade pre-markets. So that would have been kind of hard, but this looks very ideal for a setup like that. Those are all the trend lines from the other day. Not a very eventful day, but yesterday was super nice, and yeah, that's pretty much it. No trades. Didn't do anything stupid, but I would have liked to have been long RIVN Rivian at some point. Yeah, once it was starting to show a change in momentum, but it's still something out of my realm for the most part, and I'm gonna try to continue getting better at trading listed setups and holding setups for more than just 10 minutes, but something over a longer period of time.